to welcome everyone, though, to our first Naperville Business Network meeting event of 2022. We're very excited this morning to have all of you. We are on different platforms this year. Not only are we on Zoom, but we are also on Facebook Live on all 5 of our groups, as well as now LinkedIn. So we're very excited about that. My name is Michelle Sherritt. I am one of the board members of the NBN group, as well as one of the owners. Before we begin today, I just want to do some light housekeeping, tell you a little bit more about our group. The Naperville Business Network was started in 2008, and it was started online on LinkedIn, and it grew to be the largest networking group for our area very quickly. We then started the Oak Brook, Northwest, North Shore, and Windy City business networks on LinkedIn. And those started to grow as well. Not as quickly as the Naperville group, but they started to grow. And now they're growing at a consistent pace, which is nice, especially during COVID. So back in 2019, we decided, because the Naperville group grew to be the largest networking group within LinkedIn for Naperville, we decided to take the groups live. We trademarked all the names, and we went ahead and took the groups live, and we wanted people to be able to meet with local leaders within the community in a natural setting. So we had joined BNI groups. We had joined the Chamber of Naperville, Chamber of Lisle, Chamber of Downers Grove, a lot of chamber groups. We also joined a group in Oak Brook called LATIP. And that group was interesting because you had to bring leads for other members. It was a very small group of people, about 15 people. If you didn't bring a lead, you had to put $1 in the tip jar. So that was kind of interesting. It was at 7 a.m. Every Thursday in Oak Brook. So it was kind of a drive for us being from Naperville. So we dropped that group. And then we joined a BNI group. Paid a lot of money to be in the group, but we weren't giving leads to plumbers and construction people and attorneys, and they kicked us out of the group. And then the chamber groups just seemed to be very cliquey, and it just seemed to be the same group of people coming to all the events. Maybe they bring a friend that they want to hang out with that night and kind of introduce them to the group, but we just didn't get any value from it. And for our business, we're a digital marketing firm, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment, but we just felt that people within our community are not going to call the chamber to say, hey, we need a website. Who do you recommend? That just doesn't happen. So we wanted to grow our networking groups so that they would be natural. You would make natural connections with people, and that's our main focus. We want to network you with people, not only that are members within our group, but also outside of our group. I just talked to a person yesterday, Megan, and she wanted to become a member. And we were just talking and having a nice conversation. And I said, you know what? I want to connect you with someone that I just talked to over the holidays. And she's like, oh, are they a member of the group? And I said, no, they're just someone who I made a connection with that I want to connect you with. So we do that all the time. But anyway, we want our groups to be natural and not cliquey. We structured the group so that we have monthly meetings every month, and that we have guest speakers who are talking to you on topics that are going to help you to grow your business. We want to help local business owners within our community to grow. So we do those monthly meetings like we're doing today. We do happy hour events. We have a virtual happy hour event happening next Wednesday, the 19th at 6:30 p.m. So you can check that out. It's free to attend. And we also have formal dinner events and other events for our paid members throughout the year. We also help support local charities as well. So we always pick a charity every quarter, and we help to support and raise money for those charities. We also help our members to find connections, like I said, not just within our group, but also outside of our group. And we encourage our members to help other members as well, and non-members within the community. We do this through social media platforms. We do blog posts and different advertising opportunities for our members and now non-members. So all of our advertising opportunities that come with our membership, we are now offering to non-members as well. We also have a new podcast, which I'm so excited to announce, called Taking Care of Business. And it's going, right now we're doing all the recordings for the month of January and February, and it's going live next week. So we're super excited about that. We're going to be highlighting and spotlighting local business owners and doing one-on-one interviews, fun interviews, where it's just not, I'm asking a question and you answer it. We want to have some interaction. We're going to have people calling in. It's also going to be on Facebook Live as well. So some exciting things coming this year. In addition, we're now offering new opportunities to our speakers. So if you want to become a speaker, you've been, attending these virtual events during COVID, and you're like, you know what, I could do this. I could be a speaker. I could get my name out there. I could talk about my business and my offerings. Please join us. Please visit our website. We have a dedicated page now at neighborbiz.net/become a speaker. And we have a lot of advertising opportunities to get the participation up within your webinars. Doesn't have to be talking to one of our networking groups. It could be an event that you're doing on your own, but you need sponsorship and you need participants to attend. We have a database. We have over 330 paid members. On LinkedIn, we have over 3,000 members, and we have a database of subscribers who have subscribed to our website of over 20,000. So we're growing and growing, and we want to help you to grow as well. Our true passion is just to see local businesses in our area grow. And the better our community is, the better we are as people as well. So if you want to become a member, learn more about advertising opportunities. Again, those advertising opportunities, you don't have to be a paid member for, or you want to learn about becoming a speaker, a speaker partner for our group, or you just want to chat about your business. Please visit our website at neighborbiz.net. Again, today we ask that everybody stay muted. Everyone on Facebook, you are muted. So just write your comments under the comment section. If you're on LinkedIn, please do that as well. And then I'm going to, at the very end, do Q&A. And if time allows, and we'll go ahead and take it from there. But until that point, please stay muted. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so today you are all here to talk about your Google ranking. So you want to rank your business higher in Google search using content marketing. Now, I had some people who signed up or who were hesitant to sign up for today's talk because they didn't know what content marketing was. They knew, it had to do something with making content for their business, but they weren't sure if that was for their website, social media, what we were talking about. So if you're here, hopefully you are a business owner, a local business owner here in the Chicagoland area, and you want to rank higher on Google. That's your main focus today. So this webinar, this talk, is being brought to you by my company, QCamp. Go ahead. My name, again, is Michelle Sherritt. I am the founder of QCamp. We are located here in Naperville. We are a full digital marketing agency. And so what that means is that we offer our clients branding strategies, business development, web design, social media marketing, SEO, digital ads, logo design, basically anything for your digital online needs, we can help you with. And we want to focus on creating a positive, unified, and powerful user experience for your brand. Now, something that I don't have up here is our parent company. And just real briefly, our parent company is called Situated Research, and it's a UX firm. My husband has his PhD, Dr. Matthew Sherritt has his PhD. It's an interdisciplinary PhD where he focused on the overall user experience of software. So software can be anything. Software can be a piece of software that you use at your business. It could be a website. It could be a video game. We focus heavily in the video game industry as well, bringing educational video games to the classroom. That's our focus. So we have a database of over 500,000 users that we've collected since 2008. And we have them look at software. We have them test software. So again, software, video games, websites. And so the connection with QCamp is that every website we design, we also run through the gamut of testing at Situated Research. So we have 6 PhDs on staff, including my husband. So they offer their expertise as well. And so that's why when we're talking, about creating content and our websites, we want to make sure that that user experience really comes through online through your branding. So we help businesses to do that. So that's our niche in the marketplace, our little trade secret. I also want to tell you just real quickly a little bit about our social media marketing course that we're going to be having February 14th through the 18th. Some of you I can see on Facebook have attended our talks before, and a lot of new people on Zoom. So I'm really excited that you're here this morning. But the end of last quarter, we did 3 webinars. One that focused on keyword research, which we're going to touch upon today. One that talked about content marketing, which we're heavily going to talk about today. And one that talked about online influencers and how you can become an online influencer. So in combination with those topics, we kind of touched upon them in these talks, but also today's talk, getting you ranked higher within Google, we've put into a marketing course for you. So if you're attending today on Zoom, we have your email addresses. So you'll go ahead and you'll get that specific information for the course and the pricing and all that good stuff and how to register. If you're on Facebook Live or LinkedIn, if you want more info, just DM us and we'll go ahead and send that to you. But it's going to be all 5 days, an hour each day, private Facebook group page where you can ask any question that you want. It's also going to offer you a one-on-one consultation with one of our marketing team members to help you to get going for 2022. So we're really excited about that. Again, that'll be the 14th through the 18th. All right, so let me go ahead and move. I have my participants up, so let me move that real fast. Okay, so today's talk is all about how to rank higher in Google search. So some questions you need to ask yourself, and maybe you know the answer and maybe you don't. A lot of business owners, when we ask these questions, have no idea, or they haven't even looked. But does your business rank highly for the keywords that really matter for your business? Or more importantly, your industry? So a lot of business owners say, you know what? I haven't done SEO on my website. I haven't done Google ads. I haven't done any of this. It's just overwhelming. Some business owners are like, I try to dive in and again, overwhelming. I had one client right before the holiday who was using, SEMrush, SEMrush. It's a platform that helps you with SEO. They thought that they could do it on their own and they got the 30-day trial and it just overwhelmed them. And for me as well, I went on there too, just to kind of see, because we have our SEO department who does all of this, but just to kind of see, and I got overwhelmed. And I have a background in SEO. So it was kind of like, oh, geez, I don't know what to do as a business owner. This is overwhelming. So when we ask this question, what are the keywords that matter for you, your business, your industry? I'll tell you, probably about 75% of our business owners don't know. They don't know the list of keywords for their business, and that's fine. But in order to build a content strategy, you need to know. So your content strategy is going to determine how well your overall marketing efforts work. What determines how your business is going to rank on Google and how you attract new customers. So you're here today because you want to rank higher. Everyone wants to rank higher within Google. And you can do these things that we're going to tell you to do today, and you can take notes and you can do everything. But if you don't do it right, it's not going to work. And if you are a brand new business, I will tell you it will take 6 to 8 months to start working, because you have competitors out there, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. So first, like I said, we had a lot of people who were hesitant to register today. And they were hesitant because they weren't sure what content marketing was. So let's talk a little bit about content marketing if you're not familiar. Everybody's heard of HubSpot, I hope. HubSpot said last year, so these stats are from last year, obviously, we just started 2022, but 47% of buyers will look at 3 to 5 pieces of content before they reach out to a sales rep. And this is true. And as I made this presentation and my team and I put this together, I was looking at a new CRM system for our company. I always like to see what new tools are out there and see what's working for companies and what's not. And our CRM just wasn't really working the way that I wanted it to. So we were doing some investigation work. And so I was doing Google searches. And this is true. I looked at 3 to 4 companies before I reached out to a sales team. And a lot of things geared my choice, steered me in the right direction. Price definitely did, compared to what we're paying now, but the content really did. I went to some sites and, just being in the digital marketing industry, I know what to look for and I know what I'm looking for and what makes a legit company and that trust online and the whole relationship building online. And so I was looking at these websites and I was like, oh God, these people don't have it together. Next. Oh, these people are trying to sell way too hard online. Next. And so, these things geared my decision. So pricing wasn't the only thing, but I will be honest, it was part of my decision making. Content can be anything from blog posts, blog articles that you have on your website, which I do highly recommend that you start doing if you're not already, at least 2 a month. And social media marketing definitely is part of your content strategy. Videos are key to your content marketing now. Videos can be on your social media posts, your website, whatever. Definitely webinars like we're doing today. This is definitely going to help our website's SEO as well as our networking group's SEO as well, because we're going to put up the recording. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. It's going to have all our keywords in there. It's going to be on our website. We're also going to be linking it back out in our newsletter. So a lot of different ways to connect and get our SEO ranking up. And emails. So when we talk about emails, we're talking about our newsletters that we send out. Those also play a key role in our content marketing strategy. So marketers who use content marketing, about 70 to 82% of folks. So it's a 17% change last year. And content marketing is huge. And everything has to be in place too. If you put out a blog post on one topic, you should also put out a social media post on that topic. You should also do a video on that topic. You should do a webinar on that topic, and definitely put something in your email marketing about that topic as well. So higher quality content along with pertinent information specifically for your audience is going to result in higher quality leads. So thinking about that, how can you find content that matters to your audience? So at this point, when we do our consulting for clients and we ask this question, they have no idea where to start. They have an idea of what they want to talk about as far as blog posts and topics, but they really don't because they don't know who their audience really is. So we do a lot at our parent company, Situated Research and QCamp. They work together a lot, just not with building the websites and making sure they're user friendly, but also doing business development. and actually marketing strategy for companies. And the key thing is persona research. Maybe some of you have heard of that. Just bottom line, persona research is basically figuring out who your audience is. And you do that through a number of ways. And then once you figure out who your key stakeholders are within your business, you then come up with persona types or avatars, if you will, where you put a face to a name. You're making this up, but it's based off of demographics and research that you've done, who you've sold to in the past. So once you could have 2 or 3 stakeholders within your company. You could have, 6. It really just depends on your company. And so once you figure out who your audience is and you have these persona types in place, you can then figure out, okay, what kind of content do they want to see? What kind of content brought them to my website and made them purchase from me? So it's a lot of research involved, and a lot of business owners, including me, I don't have time to do this. I wouldn't even have known to do this had I not had a UX company, but it needs to be done. And it really is the first piece before you do anything. So if you haven't done that, think about doing it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about competitor research. Again, we did that webinar, I think it was back in November, really specific on competitor research. So check it out. We're also going to talk about Google Keyword Planner and what that is. We're going to talk about trends within your industry and how to become an influencer. We're going to talk about Google My Business, which is so important in order to be found now on Google. We'll talk a little bit about SEO, and then we'll end with Google Ads. So as this slide says, research shows that businesses that rank below the first page of results on Google only have a 0.78% chance of being clicked on. And actually, the first 5 organic search results get 67% of all the clicks. So, I mean, kind of think about it. When you're on the internet and you're doing a Google search for whatever it may be, do you go to page 2, 3, 4, 5? No. So we all know this now. We're all on page 1. And a lot of clients too don't know that when you do a Google search, they see the ads pop up first. So they'll say ad next to the search result, and you'll have 2 or 3 up there. And then you start to have your search results. So those ads are companies who are paying to be listed first. And they're doing that through keyword research. They're bidding. So we're going to talk about Google Ads in a moment and how that works. But a lot of our clients have no idea. They just click the first thing and they don't know that it's an ad. And what happens then is you start to get tracked because it's an ad. And we have it too here at QCamp. It's a way to get leads and in turn customers, and we pay for it. But now we can track you. We can track you through your social media. So have you ever done a Google search where you've looked for an item and then you go on Facebook later on in the evening and that item pops up? And that's because you've been tracked. And they do it through different forms and things like that. And we'll talk about that when we get to Google Ads. So the first thing that we want to talk today about is competitor research. So once you do your persona types, you know who your stakeholders are, your audience, who you're going to go after and want to target, you have to do competitor research. So when we do any kind of marketing strategy with our clients, we put together an actual marketing strategy for them. And we charge to do this, obviously. But everything that we talk about today is involved within that report. So we do the competitor research, keyword research, all of that good stuff, figure out who your audience is, your persona types, et cetera, what topics you should be talking about, sample content, all kinds of things. But the first thing that we do is competitor research. And it's kind of fun because you're kind of like a spy. You go in, you have an idea of who your competitors are, but it never turns out to be really who you thought. Our clients come to us with a list of competitors in our local area. And they're like, oh, these people are competitors. And they think that they're competitors because they always see their ads. or they always see them popping up on Facebook, or they're just always in your face. And that's not necessarily true that they're a true competitor. So you have to do your research. So for us, for QCamp, we are an SEO firm. So we could Google and say SEO companies near me. So you see up here, SEO companies near me. And it pops up the links to SEO companies that are in the Naperville area because Google knows where we're located. So this is a good way to kind of figure out, all right, who the heck are our competitors? We can go to their website, see what they're talking about. We can go to their social media pages and see what's trending on their pages. We can look at their blog posts and see what kind of traction they have there as well. So it helps us as industry leaders, influencers, and to see influencers and to see what peers are doing with their content marketing efforts. What are they talking about? And then we can see gaps as well. So we have a client, it's a radon mitigation company that we work with. And they gave us their list of competitors. And they were like, let's look at them. And so we did, and we found out that they weren't really their competitors, only one was. And we looked at their social media, and we were doing social media marketing with them. We still are. But what we found out is that none of them were doing videos. None of them were talking about how radon enters into your home. So we honed in on that and we focused on it in 2021. And now the company has gone crazy. We've had some posts that have gone viral. And we just figured out that little gap just by doing some research. So very effective. So like I said, do some competitor research, run some basic Google search queries. You can do this yourself on your own. Just as an example, like I said, SEO companies near me, you can see what ads show up. You can click on those ads. Yes, it will cost those companies, a few dollars, but they're going to do it to you too, because everybody's doing competitor research. You can also, this is kind of cool, investigate how much ad spend your competitors are spending. So everybody's like, I don't know how much to spend on Google ads. I don't know how much to spend on Facebook. What are my competitors doing? I see their ads pop up all the time. Well, now you can find out. There's a cool tool called SpyFu, and it analyzes spend across ad platforms. It will tell you just simply by putting in the URL of your competitor, how much they're spending on Google ads per month. Pretty cool, right? It also comes up and it'll tell you the keywords that they're trying to rank for too. And it's a free tool. So check it out, SpyFu. Use Google search tools to see what people are searching. Utilize the people also ask section in Google search to see related queries. So when you Google a term or a keyword, it'll always pop up and say people also ask. So these are questions that people actually search for. So they'll say, is hiring an SEO company worth it? They'll Google, which SEO company is the best, whatever the questions are. All those questions get comprised within Google. And so when you do a search with those keywords that are connected to those questions, they come up. So this is people also ask. This is a great way to also get good ideas on topics within your industry too, to write about. And as you can see here with the pizza oven example, we just simply Googled pizza oven and you can see the ads come up first. So pizza oven, that's a product. So shopping is going to come up first. But then you see how the ads are listed and then the top websites are listed. So that's usually the way searches work. So see what happens when you search for your company or keywords that you feel would bring up your company. The second step in your strategy is to use Google Ads. Use the keyword planner. So within Google Ads, they have this awesome tool called the keyword planner. It's going to tell you based on the keywords that you want to rank for, how much is going to cost if someone clicks on your ad. So let's say pizza oven's it. We are trying to rank for pizza oven. And when someone Googles pizza oven, our ad comes up. And we want to see if someone clicks on that, how much is it going to cost me as a business owner for someone to click on it? Google Ads is really tricky because you want people to click on your ad because you want them to come to your website, which is what's going to happen, and you want them to buy from you. That's why we do Google Ads. But as I said earlier, a lot of people don't know that those ads show up first and then your actual Google searches. So they click on the very first thing. Now, your ad's not going to come up every time because you have competitors who are also trying to compete for probably the same keywords. That's why keyword research is so important to distinguish yourself from your competitors. You want to come up when people type in certain keywords. Obviously, within your industry, you want to come up, but you got to understand you have competitors who are trying to come up as well, and they're paying for ads too. So, but this keyword planner will tell you how much is it going to cost you if someone clicks on your ad with that term. You can also use additional search terms to refine your keyword research. And I'm going to show you Keyword Planner in just a moment. You can make a list. You can create a list of keywords and phrases that best represent your business through this tool. And again, competitiveness. You can figure out how much your competitors are spending. You can boost your ROI, return on investment, by picking phrases that are more unique and relevant to you and your company. So here on the left, you can see a little screenshot of Google Ads Keyword Planner. This was for pizza oven barbecue. And so you can see for pizza oven, the monthly searches are insane. The competition's high. And if I could fit more on the right-hand side, you would see price for those keywords. You would see how much is it going to cost you per click. You would see all of that good information. But this also gives you some keyword ideas, as you can see as well. It's also going to tell you, how many average monthly searches are on Google for these keywords. What's the change over time? Do those keywords always rank high? What's the percentage? What's your competition? If it's high, and you know that you have a lot of competitors using these keywords, you want to refine your keywords. You can include these, but most likely is your ad going to come up? Probably not. So what are you paying for? You also can see your bid, so cost per click. And then you can see related keywords as well. And related keywords really help you to refine your keyword list and to kind of show you, okay, barbecue has a lower competition rate. I want to use that to get going. And so you can put that then in your keyword and your content strategy. Now, long tail key phrases are important as well. And these are types of keywords that are more specific and typically have a lower volume, but they can be highly relevant for you and your business. They can help you to get going, especially if you're a startup company and you have a lot of local competition. This is a great way to start getting ranked on Google and then eventually leading up to those more competitive keywords because you can pay more for Google Ads. These result in higher conversion rates, and they're more specific and relevant to you and your potential clients. So raising your ROI with long tail key phrases is a strategy that you should use. And you want to look for less competitive words or multi-word phrases that are more unique to you. So if we go back to the key planner, there we go. We can see the keyword ideas. So we have uni pizza oven, we have charcoal grill. So anything with more than 2 words is a long tail key phrase. And you want to go ahead and rank for those as well, because that's going to start getting you ranked. We had a new company last year who was trying to rank and beat out their competition. And they showed us their keyword plan that they had already done on Google Ads. And they're trying to rank for these high level competitive words. And it's like, you're never going to get there. And especially we went on SpyFu and saw they're spending $20,000 a month on Google Ads. You're spending $200. You're never going to get there. So how do we gradually get you to that point? So really long tail key phrases, if you're a newer company, really do help. So now we have to put your findings to use. We have to generate quality content. So you want to rank well through SEO. You also want local business profile as well. And we'll talk about Google Business in just a minute. You want to generate ads that are going to get you a higher ROI by using those analytics that we talked about. And then pay-per-click ads, definitely. The end goal is to maximize the amount of traffic to your website to get you results. Everything we do in marketing, whether it be print marketing, email, social media, whatever, we are trying to get traffic to your website. We are trying to get you new leads. So something actually that I should have said at the very beginning is you want, a lot of clients say, well, should I work on my website first or my marketing content strategy or my marketing, or I'm overwhelmed? A lot of people within our industry will say, start with your content marketing strategy. I disagree with that. I feel that your website needs to be up to par and up to snuff before we do anything. Because all of this traffic, blog posts, social media posts, think about it, Google ads, everything is to get traffic to your website. And if we do all of this and we get traffic to your website and your website isn't up to snuff, people are going to leave. So all these previous efforts are for naught. So something I should have said at the beginning, but now I'm saying. So if you've stayed on, which everybody has, I haven't seen anybody click off, which is awesome. Hopefully you're getting a lot of good information today and not getting overwhelmed, because that's not my point here. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are sticking on. So great. All right. So step 4, set up your Google business profile. So what is your Google business profile anyway? This is where when you type in SEO companies near me, you'll see the ads pop up and you'll see some Google searches, and then you'll see the map with the lists. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see the top company and you'll see their map of where they're located and their business info and their Google reviews and all that great stuff. And that's what you want to have come up. So that's your Google business profile. It basically gives basic information to customers. So it tells customers your website, it has a nice picture of the outside of your business. It has your business hours, it has your location, what service area do you provide your services to. It also has your Google reviews, which is so important. So I'm getting overwhelmed just kind of telling you guys about this because there's all these different facets. So I can't imagine for you guys. But for Google Business, you want to make sure that you get Google reviews. So there's a whole strategy for that as well. And you want to make sure that they're good Google reviews. As a business owner, and personally, you want to be a good person. You want to provide good service to your customers, a good product. You want to be authentic. You want to be trustworthy, all those good things. And so you want really good reviews online. Are you going to get 1 or 2 people who boo-hoo you and try to nitpick and say that they didn't have a good experience? Of course. I mean, we've had, since 2008, when we started our business, we've had a handful of folks. But I can strongly say, and not fib-a-dib here, it's been under 5. I think it's been like 3. And so we tried to rectify and tried to fix those relationships just because it was miscommunication. But some people are going to do what they're going to do. And that will affect your Google ranking. It will affect your Facebook review ranking as well. But I think as people and as a community, we understand that those things are going to happen. And so we can look beyond that. And the nice thing too is that you can reply underneath with a response. and making sure that you're trying to rectify the situation. Google Business also helps you to boost your traffic. So it sends physical traffic to your brick and mortar stores if you're online to your website. And it also helps people if you have a physical location to find you, which is always helpful. So step 5 is SEO. So SEO is search engine optimization. This is based on usability, on the user experience. So pages that have better user experience, such as a site who is speedy, has good speed results, good usability, and will rank higher in search engines. If people come to your website and your page speed is slow, meaning the pages take forever to load or take more, I think it's 30 milliseconds to load, your ranking goes down. So everybody at this point in the talk is like, come on, are you serious? I have to look at my hosting as well. Like I said, there are so many facets to this that it's crazy. But once you get everything fine-tuned and done, you're good to go. And the usability of the pages as well. So what does that mean? That means, what is the user experience? Do you have a lot of content on your website pages that just doesn't make sense? That is just overwhelming. Google will look at that. Are you trying to rank for certain keywords? Everybody is. But are you just willy-nilly putting these keywords into your content of your website, which a lot of business owners do because they think that helps? It actually hurts you big time. So you have to look at all of that. And you have to look at technical SEO as well, so the back end. So looking at the page structure, titles to the pages, headings, alt tags, this is all in the code of the website pages, are going to, if you have those factors in place and you have them structured correctly, are going to help you to rank higher as well. So search rank really matters. I think we all know that. According to Bright Edge, 68% of online experiences begin with a search engine. Reports show that 92.96% of global traffic comes from Google Search, Google Images, and Google Maps. Google has the monopoly. So you want to make sure that you're conforming and that you're always on top of Google's algorithms to make sure that your company stays on top. So let's talk real quickly about Google Ads because we have about 15 minutes left. Google Ads are pay-per-click ads that appear at the top of search engine results based on keyword bids. So we talked about that when we looked at Google Keyword Planner. You want to be searchable by different keywords and key phrases, and it'll tell you when someone clicks on your ad how much you're going to spend. You want to use your research findings that we talked about in step 1 through 3 to build your ad campaign so that you have higher ROI. So building ad campaigns for Google is a totally separate facet. Now, it's a totally separate thing. There are so many things involved with it, and you want to do it right in order to rank highly. Otherwise, you're just spending money to spend money. You want to utilize your Google Keyword Planner definitely to find those good keywords that are also within your budget. Now, I gave the example of the client who a new startup, and we found out that their competitors are spending $20,000 a month. Some are spending $1,000, but their big local competitor is spending $20,000 a month on Google Ads. You may think, I'll never get there. I don't want to get there. I don't want to spend that much. But for that company, they're bringing in the revenue to support it. So it pays for itself. It sounds like a lot of money, but to them, it's not, because they're actually working for them. They're actually getting them leads and new customers. And so those are paying customers. And guess what? They can keep raising their ad spend. And that's where we want to get you as well. We also, I would say 50% of our clients are under the 500 a month mark. And that's just a fact. And that's just because we're working with smaller companies. But whatever your budget is, you got to have a strategy in order to compete with the big guys. And in order to compete with the big guys, you have to start small and raise up. So ranking factors in Google Ads, cost per click bid, definitely important. Again, that's the price that you pay every time someone clicks on your ad. What's the expected click-through rate? You have to also understand bots are on the internet as well, clicking on these ads costing you money. So I had a client who said, I did a Google ad on my own. It said that I got 500 clicks, but I didn't get anyone to fill out the form on my landing page of my website. And so that would be a bot situation because of the keywords that they were trying to rank for. You have to also look at ad relevancy. So how closely does your ad match the search query, including previous search queries? So you have to look at that. And landing pages. So now here comes another facet. Where are you sending these people who click on your ad? The whole point is to get new leads. And the whole point is to get people to your website. So if they click on your ad, they're going to some page on your website that you're directing them to. And so you want to have a landing page experience where they're given detailed information on the topic or the product or the service that you're offering, and you want to get their information. So how does that page promote quality content? Is that page secure? Because it should have a form for people to fill out or a way to contact you. Hopefully that page loads quickly, so page speed. And hopefully it provides a good experience for users. So as a wrap up, we want to look at competitors. We want to know who our competitors are. We want to know who the influencers, who our peers are within our industry. We want to do keyword research. We want to research and find those key phrases that are relevant for us in our business. We don't want highly competitive words because once we figure out on SpyFu and other free platforms how much our competitors are spending and we're nowhere near there, we know that we can't compete with those keywords. So what key phrases can we compete for and build ourselves up? What's our plan? We need to create a content marketing strategy that's going to help us to grow our business, not just to create content. I say this in my social media webinars all the time. Don't post just to post. People look at me and they're like, well, you got to post stuff, to keep people on your page. And it's like, well, if you're not posting unrelevant content, trending content within your industry, who cares? You're just posting content to post content. You're not going to get engagement that way. So you have to have a plan in place for everything: your website, your keywords, your Google ads, your Facebook and Instagram ads, your LinkedIn ads, your social media posts, your blog posts. Everything has to have a plan. And local SEO is so darn important. So if you do not have a Google business page, please create it today. You can get started just by doing that. It optimizes so much, especially your landing pages for organic and paid searches. So please, 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 if you learn anything from today, do that. I want to thank everyone for attending. We're not going to get off here just yet. We have about 8 minutes left, but I hope through this webinar, you can see my urgency and see my authenticity, that I really want to see businesses in our local area grow. And the only way to do that is to take baby steps in different directions, and content marketing strategy is a big one. We're here to help. I don't need, I have over 1,500 clients right now that are content marketing strategy clients. I have, I don't even know how many website projects we have going on right now. Social media marketing clients, we're good. I don't need to sell you on anything. If you want to just have a call or a conversation, I would be more than happy just to look over your website and your Google ads and just kind of see what you're doing and give you some tips on fixing them and getting you into the right direction. So it's not a sales call or anything like that, just like a free consultation. I'm more than happy to do that. I do that all the time. If you need help with your business strategy, oh my gosh, we get into projects with web design and marketing, and it's like, ooh, we need to talk about business development. We needed to talk about who your audience is and how do you target them. And they're like, I did this when I did my business plan and I started my business. I know who they are. And it's like, well, not really, because this isn't working. And so, we do that all the time and kind of take a few steps back. So anyway, if you want to attract new customers for 2022, which we all do, definitely follow the steps that we outlined today in the talk. Again, this talk was recorded, and so it will be made available on naperbiz.net. And we'll go ahead. I gave you my personal email address, our office number, and our website, so you can check that out as well. If you have any questions, if you'd like to go ahead and type them in the chat box right now, if you're on Zoom, we can go ahead and take those questions. The only question that I saw on Facebook, besides comments, was I've created Google Ads, but not much came from it. This is Cindy. What am I doing wrong? And so Cindy, again, I would have to look at what you're doing and look at your industry and look at the keywords and things like that. It wouldn't be a lot of work because we could go into the Google Ads and see your keyword planner very easily, and you can see it as well. And we could look at it that way real briefly. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that with you. So just go ahead and DM me and we can go ahead and schedule a time. If you email me at michelle@qcamp.com, I respond very quickly to my emails, and we can set up a time to talk. Again, I want to thank, I don't see any more questions, just comments. So thank you so much, guys. Again, if you want to set up a conversation, you know how to reach me. And if I'm busy, you can talk to one of our team members. They are more than happy to help you as well. And again, I want to thank everyone who attended online as well as here on Zoom. And to all our newbies, welcome. We are going to have that happy hour event, virtual happy hour event next Wednesday, the 19th at 6:30 p.m. So just sign up. You can go to naperbiz.net/events and you can sign up there. Bring your favorite drink. Doesn't have to be a cocktail. It could be coffee, water, whatever you want to bring, and be ready to network. We already have 62 people signed up. And so with that, I usually try to scale it down to maybe 20 people. But we had a lot of folks who wanted to attend, probably because it's the beginning of the year. So we're going to do some breakout rooms with some like-minded folks, and you can rotate. So we're going to do some speed networking. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So again, I want to thank everyone for attending this morning, and we will go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much.